I have some national stories to get to, but first, I do want to let you know more about a major methamphetamines bust that FBI Atlanta made in conjunction with state and local partners. So at Hall County, the sheriff's office there, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, they say they got 1,600 pounds of Mexican cartel trafficked methamphetamines off the street, and it was over $10 million in value. 2 men were arrested. They're going to face federal drug trafficking charges. And the wild thing in all of this, they say the men trafficked the drugs using blackberries and fruit. So let's take a listen.
Today, I am pleased to announce some of the most recent federal charges that have been brought as a result of an ongoing HSTF investigation, in which federal, state, and local law enforcement partners are all participating hand in hand with an extraordinary degree of cooperation. That cooperation is demonstrated by the presence of FBI Special Agent in Charge Paul Brown, GBI Director Chris Hosey, and Hall County Chief Deputy Sheriff Kevin Head, who are with me today and who will each talk about the roles that their agencies played in this investigation. The results of the cooperation are demonstrated by what you see on both sides of me here. Approximately 1,600 pounds of deadly Mexican cartel-trafficked methamphetamine, which remains a significant scourge in our community. In addition to seizing these drugs, which are worth tens of millions of dollars, GBI and the Hall County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 men who, as of earlier this week, are now facing federal drug trafficking charges. Gerardo Solario Alvarado and Nelson Enrique Sorto have been charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, and Solario Alvarado has also been charged with conspiring to commit that crime. Both men are convicted felons. Solario Alvarado was convicted in federal court for drug trafficking and possessing a firearm in furtherance of drug trafficking, and he served nearly 2 decades in federal prison for those offenses. He was then, and he remains, an illegal alien unlawfully present in the United States. Sorto was previously convicted of methamphetamine possession in state court, and he was on probation at the time of the offense alleged in this case. Both men are currently in state custody, but custody will be transferred to the United States Marshal Service. Thereafter, each of the defendants will appear in federal court before a federal magistrate judge, and my office will move for both of them to be held without bail until their cases have been resolved. Both men face possible life imprisonment without parole. Solario Alvarado faces at least 15 years of imprisonment because of his criminal history, and Sorto faces at least 10 years of imprisonment. Director Hosey and Chief Head will give the details regarding the operations that led to the seizure of the more than 700 kilograms, or about 1,580 pounds of the drugs that are displayed here. But I think it's important to note that we've seen the cartels operate this way before. Just in North Georgia, and just within the last few months, we have seen massive methamphetamine seizures of drugs that were smuggled in with cucumbers or with celery or with jalapeno peppers, and now, as you'll hear, blackberries. I want to acknowledge the outstanding crime fighters who are responsible for these seizures, particularly the men and women of the GBI in the Appalachian and the West Metro Regional Drug Enforcement Offices. I got to tell you, Will Trent can't hold a candle to the real thing. These guys were in the streets with the Hall County Sheriff's Office deputies just days before Thanksgiving to seize these drugs and arrest these defendants. I also want to acknowledge Hall County District Attorney Lee Dara for his cooperation and his partnership. One of the great things about being U.S. Attorney here in North Georgia is that we get to work with folks who have no ego, who are dedicated to the mission, who will work together because we all understand that by working together, we can achieve results like this. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Special Agent in Charge Paul Brown.
Okay, guys, I'm going to jump back in because Special Agent Paul Brown talks a little bit about how they were able to make this bust. He says that they found the men in the box trucks. They zeroed in as they were conducting this investigation, and it was within those trucks that they were able to find the drugs hidden in Blackberries, of all things. So really incredible work from the FBI, Hall County Sheriff's Office, GBI, as this was a both federal, state, and local investigation. And you got to see some of those drugs just laid out on the table on either side. Quite an incredible picture just to see them stacked up so high. So we've got a busy 2 o'clock hour and a lot of things to get to. So I'm going to move on here and continue to let you know some